All right, so we're gonna do just a nice, easy flow this morning. Wake up, your muscles build just a little bit of heat. So let's go ahead and get started in child's pose. So take your knees out nice and wide on your mat. Big toes come to touch. Stretch your arms long out in front of you. And the most important thing about your practice is your breath. We use a breath called Ujjayi Pranayama. So seal your lips shut and then breathe in through your nose. And then like you're trying to fog up a mirror in front of you, press the air out of your nose. So it should sound a little bit like this. And you'll use that Ujjayi breath to carry you throughout your practice this morning. And if you ever feel a little overheated, you can always open your mouth and sigh your breath out. And actually do that one time just to let go of anything that you brought with you onto your mat this morning. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, sigh it out. Let go. Just be here. Crawl both of your hands all the way off and over to the right side of your mat. So much so that your hands come off of your mat. Plant your left hand on top of your right hand. Send your right hip down and back. Inhale, lengthen your side body. And exhale, melt your heart a little bit deeper. Now crawl your hands back in through center, this time all the way off and over to the left side of your mat. Inside your right hand on top of your left hand. Send your right hip back. Inhale, fill up. And exhale, empty out. I'll walk your hands back in through center. This time lift up into a tabletop position. So we just started to warm up our spine from side to side. Now forward and backwards. Inhale, drop your belly, lift your gaze. And exhale, round your spine, press your hands into your mat to press your mat away from you. And inhale, drop your belly, lift your gaze. Exhale, round your spine, tuck your chin. We'll do that 2 more times. And this time find a neutral tabletop position. And stretch your right leg straight back behind you. Stretch your left arm straight out in front of you. Find balance here. If you notice my pelvis tends to tilt up and back, yours might too. Try to draw it back to anatomical neutral. You can do this by pulling the pit of your belly in and up. Press into your right hand to press your mat away from you. Gaze just nice and easy right at the top edge of your mat. Spread your fingers wide, flex through your foot. Take a deep breath in. On your exhale, draw your elbow to your knee, round and squeeze. Good. Inhale, extend. Exhale, round and squeeze. Inhale, lengthen. Last time, round and squeeze. Send it out. And then plant your hand and foot down. Shake it out, side to side. Shake your hips out, your shoulders out, reset. And this time, extend your left leg out long and your right arm out long. Now square your hips, square your shoulders. Find a neutral pelvis, a neutral spine. Stretch all the way out through your lifted heel to your lifted fingertips. Feel the fire in your core. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, bring your elbow to your knee, round and squeeze. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, round and squeeze. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, round and squeeze. Inhale, lengthen. And then place your hand and foot back down. Shake it out. Shake out your hips. Shake out your shoulders. Shake out your head. And then step back into your downward facing dog. And you can walk out your dog. Bend deeply into one knee. Straighten the other knee. And then switch. Opposite knee straight, opposite knee bent. And then bring both of your legs straight with just a soft bend in your knees. You want to keep a sense of buoyancy in all of your joints. And set your gaze at one single point at the back of your mat. We'll run through just a few sun salutation A's to warm up. Listen to your breath. Inhale, lift up onto your toes. On your exhale, step or jump to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Tadasana, reach all the way up. And exhale, forward fold. To redo my hair. Sorry, one second. Inhale, halfway lift. Create a flat back. Press your hands into your shins back into your hands. Create a long, straight spine. And then step back, high plank. Lower down halfway, chaturanga. Stop your chest before you go past your elbows. And inhale, up dog, lift your heart. Exhale, downward facing dog, lift your hips. And we'll do that again. Inhale, lift to your toes. Exhale, jumper step. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Inhale, Tadasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga. You can jump or step back this time. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Last one this morning. Inhale, lift to your toes. Exhale, jump or step. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Tadasana, reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Up dog, breathe in. Down dog, breathe out. And you can walk out your dog. And maybe take a second, reach your right hand to your left shin. Look out underneath your left armpit. And then switch sides, bend your right hand down, left hand to the outside of your right shin. And then come back. Lift your right leg straight up towards the ceiling. Lengthen through the backs of your legs. Draw your knee to your nose, cheetah pose, round and squeeze. Send your legs straight back. Cheetah pose again, shift forward. And send it back. And this time step all the way through into a low lunge. Plant your foot between your hands, drop down to your back knee. Give yourself a right lane and a left lane for your feet. And you can lift up, you can bring your hands to your front knee or to your hips. Whatever feels good, just get grounded right here. Make sure that your knee is directly on top of your ankle or a little bit behind it. What you don't want is you don't want your knee coming past your ankle. You don't want to stack your bones, stack your joints. This helps you to create more strength, more energetic stability. And inhale, reach your arms up overhead. And on your exhale, open your arms to a T, face to the right. Nice, easy, gentle twist this morning. Soften your shoulders. On your inhale, lengthen your spine. On your exhale, twist just a little bit deeper. Maybe you even shift your gaze to look out over your right thumb. An option is stay here or drop your right hand to your back leg. Reach your left arm up and back. Inhale, come back up through center. And exhale, plant your hands. And step back, downward facing dog. Walk out your dog. Three-legged dog, left side. Lift your left leg straight up to the ceiling. Keep just a micro bend into your right knee. Cheetah pose, draw your left knee to your nose, round and squeeze. Send it back. Knee to nose, cheetah pose. Send it back. This time, step all the way through into a low lunge. Drop your right knee down. Square your hips. Square your chest. Find a comfortable spot for your hands to go, whether that's on your knee or your hips, just to really sink into the shape of this pose. Get grounded. Feel all four corners of your front foot press into your mat. And then inhale, reach your arms up. On your exhale, open up to the left, arms out like a T. And relax your shoulders. Open across your collarbones. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to deeper. Maybe you shift your gaze out over your back thumb. Option is stay here. Drop your right hand to your back leg. Or just kidding, left hand to your back leg. Right arm up and back. Breath in. And exhale, come back through center. Plant your hands. Downward facing dog. And step your feet out to the corners of your mat. Walk your hands all the way back to rag doll. Grab your opposite arm to your opposite elbow. Bring softness to the backs of your knees. Sway your upper body side to side. Shake out your head, shake out your shoulders. Shift about 60% of your weight into the balls of your feet. You should feel this like really light up the back of your hamstrings. And then switch your grip, opposite arm under. And then release your hands down to your mat, Malasana, Yogi squat. So you'll bring your heels in, your toes out, hips down. Hands right at heart center. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, let it go. We'll have a little bit of fun this morning. Go ahead and hop to the top of your mat. And turn around. And hop to the back of your mat. Turn around. Hop to the front of your mat. One more time, turn around. Hop to the back of your mat. And then turn around. Forward fold. Shake it out. Sway your upper body side to side. Walk your hands out long, high plank. Stack your shoulders right on top of your wrists. Send energy out through the four corners of your feet. Side plank. Plant your right hand down, left arm up. Stack your heels, hips, and heart all in one line. Maybe even float your top leg up towards the ceiling. And come back through center. Side plank, other side. Lift your hips. Maybe you lift your top leg. Come back through center. And lower all the way down. Thank God pose. You can rest your favorite cheek on its side. Rock your hips out from side to side. Take a moment to just feel your heartbeat against your mat. Press up into Sphinx pose. Bring your elbows right beneath your shoulders, your forearms out like 11s. Grow tall through the crown of your head. You can even gently press the tops of your feet down. Find one single point out in front of you to set your gaze on and move your breath there. Remember your Ujjayi in and out through your nose. And if you need to let out any extra energy, just sigh your breath out. You can even do a lion's breath, where on your exhale, you stick out your tongue and roar. So deep breath in. It's actually really good for preparing you for doing some more back bends today. And an option to stay right here or take your hands to the corners of your mat, straighten your arms all the way out for seal pose. Deep breath in. And exhale, lower down. Rest your opposite cheek on its side. Rock your hips out from side to side. Press up into an upward facing dog. Lift your heart up. Press so much into the tops of your feet that maybe your knees lift off of your mat, maybe your shins, maybe your thighs. Soften your elbows, move your upper arm bones back. Then press back, child's pose. This time, take your knees in together. Sink your hips to your heels. Rest your forehead on your mat. Now lift up to stand on your shins. Now set up for half camel. So we'll just do one side at a time. Start with your left hand right on your left butt cheek, but kind of where if you had on pants with pockets, where your pocket would be. Lift the front of your pelvis up towards your belly button. Hug your belly button in. And create a really strong core. And then slowly start to open your heart up and back. And then lower your hips back down. Take a breath in. And breath out. Half camel, other side. Bring your right hand to your right butt cheek. Hug your belly button in. Keep your hips to stack almost right over your knees. Reach your left arm up and back. Slowly start to drift your gaze back. And lower back down. Rest your hips on your heels. Take a breath in. And a breath out. We'll come into a full camel this time. Both hands to your low back, or if you're really open today, you can reach for your heels. Inhale, lengthen your chest. And then exhale, just nice and slow. Open up, go back. And lower all the way back down. You can rock side to side, check out your shoulders, roll your head out. And toe crunch pose. So tuck your toes. And make sure that all of your toes get under. The pinky toes can be a little bit stubborn. And then rest your hips right on your heels. And the hands can rest folded in your lap. Again, find one spot straight out in front of you to set your gaze on. And right here, we're opening up the base of our feet, our soles, and directly correlated to opening up our souls. I don't know, maybe that sounds good. And remember that a wandering eye means a wandering mind. So just find that drishti point, as we call it in yoga, that one spot to look at. Notice if tension starts to travel elsewhere, if it makes its way up into your hips or up into your shoulders, just relax. Relax your jaw, your forehead. If you're not feeling it just yet, don't worry, it's coming. And relax your being. And just listen to your breath. A few more here. One more deep breath in. And exhale, shift forward, tabletop. Untuck your toes, pat the tops of your toes out. Sweet relief. And step back, downward facing dog. Take any movements that feel good here to just reset. Lizard lunge, right side. Step your right foot to the outside of your right hand. Drop down to your left knee. I'll let your hips sink down and forward. And you can play around with rolling over onto the pinky toe side of your front foot, so keeping it all the way flat. So you'll feel a different stretch just depending on the different ways that you take this pose. I like to start by bringing awareness to the four corners of my feet. Press into your big toe mound, your pinky toe mound, and both sides of your heel. And almost kind of hug your shoulder right up against your knee. You should really feel this right through your front hamstring. And the more that you lift your chest up, the deeper of a stretch you might feel in your back hip flexor. And if you wanted to take it lower, the lower you come down to your mat, the deeper of a stretch you're going to feel in your front hamstring. And then if you wanted to try on something new, you can roll over to your pinky toe side. You'll start to feel this through the outer edge of your hip now. And you can take any combination that you'd like. You can stay on your hands and open, stay on your hands and close, lower down. I think it's kind of a choose your own adventure here. You can take movement by rocking your hips side to side. Relax your jaw. Take 2 more breaths. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. And slowly walk your right foot towards your left hand. Let your right knee meet your mat. So just depending on how open you are, your heel might be really close to your groin, or you might be able to bring it out. Now you don't have to force your shin to parallel to the top of your mat. Mine isn't quite parallel, but that's the direction in which we are heading. Let your hips drop, shoulders back. Take a peek behind you. Notice if your foot is being wonky, you want it straight back behind you. Good. And then as you're ready, just slowly start to lower down. I don't have any blocks with me at home, but at the studio, I love a block underneath my right butt cheek and one underneath my chest. So if you happen to have blocks with you, feel free to take that. And with each exhale, aim to soften a little bit deeper in your hips. And relax your jaw, your forehead. And feel yourself just let go of anything that you find yourself holding onto. And take a deep breath in. And exhale, slowly start to press yourself back up. And tuck your back toes. Step back, downward facing dog. Lizard lunge, left side. Step your left foot to the outer edge of your left hand. Drop down to your right knee, sink your hips down and forward. Again, take any movements, any exploration that feels good. If you want to prop all the way up, lower all the way down, or roll over onto your pinky toe side of your foot, whatever feels right to you. I've been including a lot more strength training, a lot more light weightlifting to my regimen after pretty much exclusively doing yoga for the past 3 years. And so my legs have been feeling so sore, and this lizard lunge has just become like my absolute favorite pose. It hits so many of the spots that get really overworked. Maybe overworked is the wrong word, but that get sore after working hard. And it's good as you continue to build strength to keep building your flexibility too. Strength plus flexibility equals mobility. And every time that you build your flexibility, you gain a greater capacity to have more strength. We call it strength through a greater range of motion. And so it's good to keep a balance in your regimen, no matter what it is that you're doing. If you can believe it, you can actually have injuries from being too mobile, too flexible. I've been nursing an injury on my shoulder. You may have noticed the cupping on my back. And that comes from being too mobile. Some of you may be thinking, there's no way in hell that I'll ever be to a place where I'm so mobile that I could injure myself, but you'd be surprised. And just listen to your body. I think that's something that yoga is always teaching us, is to learn what our different edges are, to notice when we're pushing too far past it out of ego, or when we're not going quite to our edge out of fear. Two more breaths here. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Now crawl your left foot towards your right wrist. And drop your left knee down. Square your hips. Yeah, on this side, my knee is, or my shin is not even close to parallel, and that's okay. Whatever works for you. The biggest alignment that you want to look for is you want your left knee to line up to the outside of your left hip. What you don't want is your knee coming in and then folding forward. You want your knee to line up to the outside with your hips squared. And that might still look like you having your heel right next to your right hip. That's okay. Take a peek back, back leg straight back behind you. And then as you're ready, you can gently lower yourself down. And settle into your breath. And relax your body, relax your mind. Would there be even maybe just a soft smile across your face? And even if you're not feeling so happy in this pose right now, it's like a fake it till you make it kind of thing. If you force yourself to smile a little bit, maybe it won't be as tight, it won't feel as challenging. And just a few more breaths. Deep breath in. And exhale, start to press up, roll over onto your hips, swing your legs around long in front of you, shake your legs out. Seated forward fold, inhale, reach your arms up. And exhale, forward fold. And soften the backs of your knees. And sometimes I like to tuck my hands underneath my calves and just give me something to pull on. Rock your head side to side. And inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold deep. And lift your chest all the way up, lower down onto your back. If you're near a wall, you can just take your legs right up the wall. I love legs up the wall. If you want something just a little bit more active this morning, you can press up into shoulder stand, walk your elbows in, hips up to the ceiling. Scoop your shoulder blades under, ground the back of your head down. Stamp the soles of your feet up to the ceiling. And just enjoy this rejuvenation, this reset and renewal of your energy. In our 40 Days to Personal Revolution program that we do every year at the studio, we talk about how you don't need to take a vacation to get rejuvenated. You don't need to go somewhere tropical and lay on the beach for 4 days in order to renew your mindset. All you have to do is just simply take the time right here where you are and do the things that fill your cup back up. Let go of the things that are draining your energy. Maybe even just see things from a new perspective. And wherever you're at, slowly start to make your way flat onto your back. Just one vertebrae at a time. Roll all the way down. Then hug your knees into your chest. Supine twist. Drop your knees to the right. Gaze to the left. Bring your spine out. You can even close your eyes. Supine twist to the left. Drop your knees to the left. Ease to the right. Bring out any last bit of effort, any last bit of energy that you're still holding on to. And then come back through center. Give yourself one last tight squeeze in. And then extend your ankles to the corners of your mats. Arms rest gently by your sides. And soften your eyes to a close. And let go of any of the tension in your feet or your toes. Relax your ankles. Feel the spaciousness in your knees. And the spaciousness in your hips. Let your low back relax, your shoulders relax. Soften your arms all the way down to your fingertips and let your palms face open to receive energy. Relax the muscles in your face. Let your breath be easy and natural. Relax the crown of your head and the space right above your head. And just soften. Nothing here to do. No one here that you need to be. Just simply exist in this space. And take this time of rest. Shavasana. Slowly start to bring life back into your body. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Rotate your wrists, your ankles. Take a nice full body stretch. And just gently take your time pressing up into a comfortable seated position. Hands at heart center, Anjali Mudra. And just feel all of the spaciousness of your body and the space that you've cleared in your mind and your heart. And take a deep breath in. Exhale, sigh it out. Bring your thumbs to your third eye center. The student and teacher in me sees and honors the student and teacher in you. Namaste. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you again for joining in for class today, and see you next time.